Hey everyone, Ray here. So this time we'll be testing out the Poco X8 Pro Max with a whopping 8500 mAh battery inside an ordinary chassis. We should be looking at one of the biggest batteries, if not the one with the absolute highest capacity, on a global version which has wider global availability. Now in this video we'll be having a battery drain test from a full charge 100% all the way to 0. And we'll be throwing 8 different tasks at it, from photo editing, YouTube video playback, that's more on the lighter stuff side, short videos on Insta, 4K video recording, battery drain over 11 hours overnight, and last but not least, heavy duty stuffs including game test. Now you could be skipping the video all the way to the end, though I promise this video will be so much more than just numbers and figures. Right, so right here we've just inserted a 5G SIM card right here inside the X8 Pro Max. What we'll be doing here is I'll be setting a destination here, roughly about an hour walk, starting from my current location here and connecting to my Bluetooth earbuds with aptX support. Streaming music along the way. Well, not streaming, the entire playlist here is downloaded on device, which you could be doing normally. And right now, 16:30, we'll be grabbing a screenshot, marking our start of the GPS navigation battery life test. That's a 1 hour long walking journey to the beach on quite a warm and sunny day here. The key is we'll not only be having a battery life test inside controlled environment and with minimal screen brightness here. And now, apart from the literally massive 8500 mAh battery, we have the MediaTek Dimensity 9500S chipset here. It's not quite on a par with the Dimensity 9500 or the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, though it's actually delivering performance close to the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is absolutely a modern flagship tier chipset. We've got a 100-watt fast charging here, 6.83 inches 1.5K AMOLED display, and we may take 120Hz refresh rate for granted here. And just to make sure you'll be getting flagship-like experience here, Xiaomi or Poco's actually given the phone a metal frame and a glass back, and IP68, IP69, IP69K water industry resistant rating. Those 3 ratings actually not accumulative, so just to make sure they have them all. And along the journey we've actually taken quite a few photos with this phone. It's got a dual camera setup here, a 15 megapixels main camera sensor with optical image stabilization, though the camera's not the main focus here on this device, though it works. It actually captures bright, sharp and vivid photos under broad daylight. Now, the main reason for me to take photos and videos along the way is that I do believe it will just add that ever so slightly extra bit of realism to the test. So apart from our upcoming scientific lab test, we'll also be looking into some real-life tests here. How long will it going to last under the sun, working on all those navigation, 5G, Bluetooth music streaming and all those photo and videos taking. Right, so now it's almost 10 minutes past 5, which is around 14 minutes since the start of our test. Now I've kept the screen on all the way and using auto brightness. It should be nearing the maximum end of screen brightness here, as we've got plenty of sunshine today. And here, the opposite side of the coast is actually where we started, and at 2x zoom, the 50 megapixels main sensor is actually delivering sharp and decent photo, I would say. Now, even if we pointed the camera directly towards the sun, the shadow area of the photo is actually bright enough. And up to this point we've got 93% of the battery left here. We'll be having a closer look later. As on the other timeline of this video, we'll be starting our battery drain test here from 100 to 0. As we've done this a couple of times before, you may compare the result of this phone to those we've tested before in our previous videos. And as usual, we'll be keeping the screen brightness at 250 nits using our lux meter. And as we're mentioning the constant variable, we've already started the first round of the test, which obviously will be photo editing using the built-in photo editor and all those AI stuff. Magic Eraser and photo expansion are all supported here. And just for the sake of a faster and more engaging video, 1 hour's just passed, 4% of the battery is used over the hour, and based on the same rate, it will actually last for 25 hours if we're just editing photos on this device. Now, with 96% of the charge still left in this massive battery, the coming 2 hours we'll be playing YouTube videos with the same 250 nits brightness and setting video resolution to 1080p manually, and the video footage is using right now is actually fast-forwarded 160 times, and within seconds 2 hours just passed here. Alright, just grab a screenshot here again just for the record. 7% of the 8500 mAh battery is used over 2 hours of videos playback. Based on the same rate, it should last for around 28.5 hours. Right, back to the other side of our timeline, as you may see here, is actually quite a popular route for running, and in my opinion is quite a great location to push our phone cameras to its limit. Now again, the camera might not be the main focus for this budget flagship killer, though it's delivering photos with decent dynamic range and clarity, even for objects that are more complex in texture and in extreme direct backlight. Once again, the main reason for us to take photos and videos along the way is to make sure the test here will be as close as what we'll be doing normally day to day. It might actually on the more extreme side of a test, as we're having plenty of sunshine here, and if you're doing similar stuff during the night or it's for your driving road trip, that might actually be delivering even better results than what we might be getting in the end in this video. And right now we're actually 15 minutes walk away from our final destination, so we'll be taking a short break here as we've just crossed the 1 hour mark. Now 11% of the battery is used, once again under broad daylight and direct sunlight, and based on the same rate it will be lasting for roughly around 9 hours and 5 minutes. Now if it's for your road trip, that should be a no problem, as you might be plugging in your phone anyway. While for walking, here we've plotted a navigation plan. In my opinion, it's quite fair to say the phone is definitely going to outlast our physical limitation. Now on one side we'll be carrying on with our journey. Same thing here, we'll be taking photos and videos along the way. We'll be coming back to this after we've finished the battery drain test. Right, for the coming hour, we'll be recording 4K videos. Now, as we'll be leaving the phone here on the testing bench, it might be draining a little bit more battery if we're taking it outside and dealing with all those image stabilization. And here, it's been 30 minutes since we've pressed that shutter button. The surface temperature on the back of the phone near the camera, it should be where the processor and the motherboard located in, is now going up to 38.9 degrees Celsius. We'll be taking another look after an hour. Right, so as you can see here, during the hour we've lifted up the phone a bit just to make sure it's actually recording something. And it's been 1 hour, the back of the phone, the surface temperature has got a slight rise to 41.3 degrees Celsius, and it's fair to conclude everything under 44 degrees Celsius would be warm to touch at most. Though when we're talking about video recording, for sure the video quality itself is definitely what matters most. And same as the voiceover we're doing right now, every frame you're looking at is not generated by AI for sure. And that's been it, another hour's passed and we're stepping into the 4th hour of our battery life test. Before that, 10% of the battery was used during the past hour. Based on the same rate, we'll be able to record 4K videos for 10 hours without a break. Right, so for the coming hour, just like what we could be doing normally from day to day again, we'll be scrolling along Instagram Reels for an hour. While here, we've basically searched for a particular keyword just to make sure we won't be scrolling along some random content. And it's basically a manual test done by myself, connected to the Wi-Fi, refreshing for a new video every minute or so. And based on our experience, scrolling along Instagram Reels might actually be draining more battery than playing back YouTube videos, possibly due to constant refresh of content. Right, after an hour of Instagram Reels playback, 4% of the battery was used, and 25 hours of short videos playback can be expected, and that's more than a day. Right, so that's been 5 hours and still counting. We've actually got 75% of the battery still left in the bank. Now I know some say a battery life test shouldn't be including performance benchmark, so as we're doing it fairly across all devices we've tested, and in my opinion we may actually take a look at how they balance performance output, heat suppression and battery life. To me it's more like a fire triangle. The more performance you're squeezing out of a chip, the higher the temperature will be and the faster the battery will be draining. On the contrary, if they're focusing more on battery life, lower than normal, performance output could be observed. Right, so what we're doing here is basically running into the benchmark 4 times in a row, and that took up almost exactly an hour. And here we've got a comparison graph. It's actually delivering really close performance to the S25 Ultra, which is based on the Snapdragon 8 Elite, still a very capable system. While here on the F8 Ultra, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is definitely the latest and greatest. Now here, a fuller picture of the story. The back of the Pro Max has risen to 45.8 degrees Celsius. In comparison, the room temperature here was about 25 degrees Celsius, and the surface temperature of a hand here was about 36 degrees Celsius. Significant improvement over heat control on a Poco device is observed here. Now that actually reflects on battery consumption as well. 61% of the battery is still left here. Of course, that's a massive battery. While they've clearly shown improvement over efficiency, 14% of the battery was used over the past hour of heavy-duty workload, and if you've decided to push it to its limit without a break, you may be able to to do so for more than 7 hours. Now we've just crossed the 6-hour mark here on the stopwatch. The X8 Pro Max taking slightly longer than an hour to finish 4 rounds of Antutu benchmark. We'll be letting it to take its time. Everything's timed and recorded, so not a big problem here. Right, grabbing a screenshot here again, and we'll be calling it a day. For now, we'll be leaving the phone here without touching it at all, connected to the Wi-Fi, logged into WhatsApp and other social media accounts like usual, and see how much of the battery was used over 11 hours this time around. It's down from 58% to 54%. Now 4% of the battery was drained overnight. Again, that's huge improvements for Poco. Now we're doing it using the Wi-Fi network. If you're connecting it to the 5G network, it will be another story. Again, we're doing it in the same style across all devices we've tested. Now for the coming hour, we'll be transcribing a video conference using the native voice recorder app. Right, we've got AI transcription supported here on this device as well. And we've just stepped into the 7th hour of our battery life test, and 3% of the battery was drained over the past hour. Based on the same rate, it will last for more than 33 hours. Alright, up until now, we've got 51% of the battery still left here. Based on our experience on other devices, we should be looking at around 20 to maximum 30% of the battery left. Now we will be moving on to some heavy-duty stuff again, putting it to the test not only the battery life but also performance output and heat control. Now we've run 3 different levels of 3D Mark, which is a game test. In short, it's not going to replace your Xiaomi 17, not the Poco X8 Ultra, and not the S26, you've got the idea. But it's definitely putting up a serious fight delivering last-gen flagship tier, modern flagship performance. Now the battery. It dropped 16% down to 35% over the last hour. Now it's a benchmark for gaming. It will be more power hungry than a normal regular gaming session. Without any sort of waiting in the lobby or champion selection, you've got the idea. Now, should I be happy about it? After 8 hours of use, still there's got more than 30% of the battery left. Now, if you've watched our previous comparisons, phones normally run out of battery up to this stage. For a fair comparison, we'll be having 3 different levels of tasks. 1. YouTube video playback for 1 hour, and that obviously will take forever to drain the battery. 2. 4K video recording for 1 hour. And right now, it's actually popping up a low battery warning. More like a warm reminder as there's still 20% of the battery left. More tests to go. Right, we've just crossed the 10-hour territory. It's now setting new record for every second is counting. Just to keep it a balanced and fair comparison, we've decided to drain the battery hopefully to 0 within the hour. It's still surviving with 5% of the battery left after 1 hour of entry to benchmark. From here we will be repeating the loop. As we're crossing the 11th hour mark, the X8 Pro Max is squeezing its last bit of battery power for YouTube video playback here. Is it going to make it? Yes, 12 hours of use. And there's the one last percent of the battery left. Now, just to make it complete, despite it's actually asking me not to start recording a video due to low battery, now let's see how long will the last percent of the battery will actually last. Counting to 12 hours, 9 minutes and 50 seconds is call it a day. Right, before we wrap everything up, here should be the timestamp which I could be sharing down in the comment section below for a quick recap of battery drain per activity. And here's a battery performance summary graph. The bar chart is basically illustrating battery use per task, while the line represents the remaining level of battery after the respective task. Now, moments of truth, it is indeed topping the list across all devices we've tested previously. Finally someone with a flagship tier processor overtaking the Oppo Find X9 Pro, which itself has got a 7500 mAh battery for the global market. That's not an easy task at all. And to complete the package, Poco's given it charging speed up to 100 watt. All in all, it could be the perfect choice for someone who might be prioritizing battery life and top-tier level gaming performance. At least we're talking about last-gen flagship tier performance, with the cost of a fraction of a proper flagship. Now the compromises. It's only got a decent, usable, not flagship tier camera, and the back of the phone does look a little bit dull, though in my opinion, a minimalist matte black phone always works. And here we've crossed the finish line of our journey. 86% of the battery left after 1 hour and 15 minutes of GPS navigation, connected to the 5G network, streaming music using my Bluetooth earbuds, and with the screen on all the way.